So they've recently re-released a lot of cards onto Arena with a remastered versions of Shadows over Innistrad as a block, a remastered, new improved draft format that I haven't got around to drafting yet. Either way, I do tend to play a lot of constructive Magic, so I'm playing Geist Brawl today. This is a blue-white historic Brawl tempo deck where I look to smash our opponent's face in with Geist of St. Traft. I think it's really sad that the extra slot in the remastered set, which is called Shadows of the Past, which I think is a great name, by the way. Shadows of the Past sounds so... I don't know, it's cool, it's edgy, it's nothing personal, kid. But Shadows of the Past was a load of cards from other Innistrad sets that made it into Shadows over Innistrad Remastered. And Innistrad is a much beloved block. I love original Innistrad. And the whole block, not just the set, I mean, I love stuff from Dark Ascension and Avacyn Restored as well. And there are other cards in this that will affect constructed formats on Arena, like Historic. Like we've got Snapcaster Mage and Grizzlebrand as two big examples of cards that are really, really good, that will see play in some decks. We also got a common version of Faithless Looting, so you don't have to use a fucking rare to craft Faithless Looting. It's about 2 years too late, but I mean... Better late than never, they say, unless it costs you money. But weirdly, the only legendaries that came in this were Sigarda, Geist of St. Traft, Grizzlebrand, and Avacyn. That's not even one per colour. There isn't even a blue legendary in this. I guess I'm talking complete shite right. I'm playing it today, Geist. But no mono blue legendary either. The ones I think are missing that I'm really frustrated about not being able to play on the client are Grim, Gisela, and Bruna. I think all three of those should have been on the client. Is there another one from Innistrad that I'm missing here that you wanted to play with that didn't make it into the Shadows of the Past expansion thing? Let me know in the comment section below. So we're playing Blue-White Geist. There'll be a link to the deck list in the description below. We're playing the idea of disrupting our opponent and playing more efficiently with our low-cost spells. And we basically don't... Our curve kind of ends at 3. We have 4 4-drops and we have some 3 spells that are a lot higher that are like double-faced cards that are lands as well. We're going to disrupt. We're going to make their game plan difficult and remove key parts and make things cost more, and then we're going to play Geist, give it flying or unblockable with things like Aether Tunnel, and hit him in the air. If you've never seen Geist before, Geist is a 3-mana 2/2 Spirit Cleric with hexproof, so it's very hard to interact with it itself outside of edicts and board wipes. And whenever Geist of St. Traft attacks, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying that's tapped and attacking, exile that token at the end of combat. He was a control finisher back in the day for some decks. He was a sideboard control finisher, should I say. He also just carried a weapon really well, because you put an equipment like a sword or a trepanation blade or something like that. Butcher's Cleaver, I can't remember that standard format very well. It wasn't a main top tier deck, but it carries equipment very well. So our deck is a lot of things we stick on Geist, and then disruptive elements, including counter spells. We play a ton of spells that look to counter their stuff, and eventually, once we feel like we're in a good position, resolve the Geist, give it haste or give it protection, and then slam in. If you like the deck, let me know in the comment section below, and let me know if you want to see more Historic Brawl on the channel. I love playing singleton of all types. And if you're looking to buy any physical cards, Marks and Machines previews are happening today and onward for the next few days, then you can go to coolstuffinc.com. There's a link in the description below, the code KENOBI at checkout, get 5% off your order. On with the games. It's time to throw ghosts at people. This is fine. Port down, revealing Snowcoat Plains will play our Bone Splitter and pass the turn, and we'll be holding up Memory Lapse next turn. Our deck plays a lot at instant speed until we can resolve a Geist and suit it up. So yeah, we'll play the planes they know about and pass back. I'll play a modern... No, sorry, a modern? That's not what it's called! A Molten Tributary. Oh god. You're gonna think I don't know how to pronounce the word tributary. And they're playing Kaikar Wind's Fury as their commander. We've drawn some Swiftfoot Boots. Let's play a snow-covered island there, and we'll pass the turn back to them. We have interaction in the terms of Memory Lapse and Sigrid Godfavored we can flash in their end step. Are they going to count on my Sigrid? We're just going to flash in and see what happens. Does this resolve? Protection from god creatures, but it can get killed easily. Jawari's Disruption, sure. Okay, so they're also playing counter spells. Only losers play counter spells. We're going to play Curse of Silence and name Kaikar. This will make Kaikar cost 2 more and draws a card when they inevitably cast Kaikar. We play a Mystic Sanctuary for no value. I'm just going to tap out here playing a Swiftfoot Boots. They can't play the commander this turn. They can resolve something else. An Esper Sentinel, sure. The Celestus for some mana as well. Means they can cast Kaikar next turn, right? I'm just going to hit them with a Ghost. They can't really block here. We're not giving them a card draw. We have 2 counter spells in hand. Defabricate would have been really good there against the Celestus, but it's too late. So we hit them for 6. No, we don't. They have Fading Hope off the Celestus to 1 mana to blank for the damage. Fair enough. They play Seasoned Pyro. They didn't hit their 5th land drop, 6th mana. They discard a load of Gump for make some Spirits. They can definitely block our Geist now. They have a lot of bodies to block with. Play a snow-covered island. We're going to play a Selfless Spirit, which will probably just protect our Geist here. Although trading this in to hit them for 4 is not the best thing in the world, I won't lie. We have been brick-walled. I guess I'm going to go ahead and put the axe on the boat on the Spirit and hold up Memory Lapse, which doesn't seem too hot if I'm honest. They're going to remove my Spirit now. That's okay then. In which case, yeah, sure, I'll sack this. No Lightning Helix health for you. Okay, weird use of the... I guess it's getting out of the way so they can kill my Geist next turn, perhaps. My Geist is now indestructible, so we'll just go ahead and get into them for 4 in the air. They'll block this with a 1-1, I assume. No, they just take the 2, which is weird. I guess they value the spirit, the elementals, because they can sack them. No, they can't sack them from mana. Let's make spirits. I'm a bit lost. They cast Faithless Looting. They're really looking for that land drop. They found the land drop because they discarded a land, and now they're playing Welcoming Vampire. This draws them cards every time they get a creature short. I'm going to just Memory Lapse that, get that out of the way. You can draw a card off the Esper Sentinel. I actually forgot about that. That wasn't intentional. I'll admit when I'm wrong. They did hit the other land drop and an Arcane Singer. So next time they play their Commander, they get in for 1. We draw Ossification. So we can get rid of their Commander. Yeah, I guess. We'll draw off the Curse. Ossification will make it cost a load of mana again. We'll put the Bone Splitter on the Geist. I'm going to go to combat and I'm just going to... We're in a rough spot. We don't really have a lot to do. I want to wait. I can't really afford to recast Geist multiple times. Like, one more time would be okay, but if they manage to... I guess they probably aren't playing Wraths if they're playing Weenies, right? And by Weenies, I mean lots of tokens made off of interaction spells and our turn with Kaikar. They drew the Welcome Vampire. They're going to cast it. Wonder if I need to get rid of that over the Kaikar, if I'm honest. We drew an Ascendant Spirit. That's something. I'm going to play out the Spirit. I'm going to ossificate this Welcoming Vampire. I will pay. I'm not going to let you draw a card. I'm going to get rid of the Vampire because it just draws some cards every single time they play a Maker of Spirit, so I don't really like the idea of that. They get to loot off the Celestus. I really like Celestus as a mana rock in this format, and in Gladiator too, to an extent. Less in Gladiator, but more so here. They play a Kaikar. We're going to take action, sack the Curse, and draw a card. Would you Plowshares? Which is a clean answer to it if we had white mana available, which we now do. So, I'm going to give my Geist flying. I'm going to pay for the Sentinel. Geist gains flying and draws a card thanks to Angelic Gift. We play a land. We then just Plowshares the Kaikar so they don't have a blocker here. And then we get to get in for 8 in the air, which is pretty decent. It's day or night. I don't even know. I never keep track of that shit. Like, why would you keep track of that shit? I could have done that a bit more efficiently and leveled this up to a 2-3 as well, I think. I definitely could have done that, but here we are. They play a Kaikar, so they're now a blocker for my Geist. A blocker that kills my Geist, frustratingly. But, to be fair, I'd rather the Kaikar be dead. So they can block here if they want to, or just take 8 and go to 4. Oh, they're going to go to 4. We have Swan Song and Defabricate too. Well, we can deal with things that they cast. They're going to make 1/1 tokens off the Kaikar and block my Geist for the rest of time. I guess I can counter one of the triggers. If they cast like a big spell here, we can counter one of the triggers. That doesn't seem so good. Celestus gains them a life as well. They cast Third Path Iconic Collapse, which makes them soldiers when they cast spells. Cast Looting here, making a Spirit and a Soldier. I thought they were on 14 and we hit them for 8. We did. Took them to 6. I'm really terrible at maths. Right, their end step. We can grow the Ascendant, but I think I'd rather just scry 2. Yeah, let's scry 2. Let's find ourselves something to get through all this crap. Neither of those. A land and a Kemba's outfit do nothing. It gains them a life of the Celestus. What do we draw here? An Iganjo. Well, I guess that allows us to shoot an attacker or a blocker. Maybe Kaikar will come at us. Maybe. Okay, we're going to attack with a Geist. They'll block with a 1/1, or maybe they attack us with Kaikar and we get to kill it with the Iganjo. That would be pretty sweet. Oh, they're going to throw Kaikar under the Geist. Okay, so we're going to just kill the Kaikar here. Keep the Geist alive. I don't want to recast it if I can help it. They cast God's Willing, making more spirits. I'm going to Swan Song the God's Willing, and I'll pay. This is awful. They're getting so many flyers, they'll be able to block our Geist for days. We're really unblockable at this point. And we only have like 2 sources, maybe 3 sources of it. Probably not playing enough of it. Geist Wave, return target permanent to his owner's hand. They're going to bounce my 4/4. Sure. They go empty-handed here. They make a load of bodies. We Swan Song the God's Willing. They make another 1/1. They make another 1/1, and then the Kaikar dies. Kaikar now costs... I can't tell, because Oko is in the way, funnily enough. That's the end of our turn. We do have a counter-target enchantment, artifact, or triggered ability spell here, which sounds more niche than it is. It sounds more niche than it is. We're so close, yet we're so far into the creature that makes, like, tons and... Okay. We can't counter this, which is a shame. They make 2 4/4s, and everything gains indestructible. Fantastic. They're slowly selecting what they attack with. They should have attacked with all and unattacked with the flyers. We're going to grow the Ascendant Spirit to a 2-3. I'm going to block a 2 and take 5 here. No, 8 here. Oof. To another land. Yeah, okay then. We're just dead, right? There's nothing I can do here. Like, even blocking 2 creatures means we die, because we block the 2 4/4s and we take exactly 15. So the game is over. Good game, Kaheera. That was rough. We sort of had a good outing out of the gate, and then we just struggled to close out the game, which I guess is basically how every Geist loss goes. You will just almost get there and then struggle to close out. I guess unless you flood. You could also flood. Didn't even get a chance to hit record before Quesnot Augur Agons. I don't even know what this fucking card is. It looks like it's the only one. They didn't want to play against Geist, or they had to go for a shit. One of the two. So here we are again against Atraxa. I assume she's in Hell Queue, if Hell Queue actually exists. I just lost a game where I didn't draw a third land, so I'm going to go absolutely bonkers here and keep this hand of 4 lands. I don't feel like we have even a remote chance against Atraxa unless we get to counter like both the ramp spells and then just kill them, which is easier said than done, I think. We're going to go ahead and keep up Spectral Adversary, I guess. No. We'll play Selfless Spirit whilst we can. Then pass to them. Adversary has some upside later down the line, but paying 4 mana to I don't know, phase out on Atraxa to finish the game, for example. So they play a second land, a swamp that is for some reason greyed out. No idea why. They're going to kill my thing. Sure. I'll activate it for a laugh. Why not? Activated abilities activated this turn. 1. They said hello for reasons I don't really understand, but fine, you do you. And then we're going to go ahead and play an island and play a Skrull. And now we've got Defabricate and Spectral Adversary up as instant speed interaction. You might have a push here for Skrull if they crack the Chromatic Staff, the Breeding Pool. There's a pause at each. There's something they can do. Well, they can crack the Staff, for example, so that's probably giving them priority to be able to decide whether they want to go ahead or not. It's probably not a spell in hand. They hovered Skrull again. What you got, opponent? What you got? Feed the Swarm. Sure, so you'll lose 1. I'm going to flash in the Adversary so we can start the beat down and put a Curious Obsession on to draw cards. We might even just slam Geist in main phase 2 here. We draw Arden Veil, so we play Curious Obsession onto our Spectral Adversary. 1 time no push off the star, please, or other thing. They are playing, like, they can play lots of 1-for-1 removal, which is normally not necessarily where you want to be at. If you're playing, well, I guess in Brawl you can, because it's 1v1 compared to Commander, right? But either way, Atraxa refills your hand so well that you can just play, like, 1-for-1 removal and still win the card advantage war. So we draw a card there. We draw Hallowed Fountain. We play. Will they play any ramp off the? Okay, now we're going shields down. Here's a Geist. We're going aggro next turn. We're going to attack you for 6, 7, 8, 9. Wash away. Wash away. Oh, the historic Brawl staple wash away that I have forgot to put into this deck because it's 1 mana against anything in the command zone. For those of you that haven't seen wash away before. So, search for his counter from our opponent. If we get to Fabricate up, we could have actually countered search for his counter. Fascinating stuff, fascinating stuff. So if we go combat, down 2 cards in hand, 4 mana in play, Chromatic Star, access to all 5 colours of mana, and there's a pause here before our combat step. What could that mean? We get in, we hit down a 16, and we draw a card, which is sort of Body and Mind. Which is a pretty good way to get through any blue or green blockers next turn. I'm going to play Geist again. 5 mana Geist, represents 6, plus 3, represents 9 damage next turn, 9, 10, 11 with the sword that they don't know about. They're cracking the star to draw a card, floating a blue. What 1 blue mana spell are they looking for? Okay, Geist resolves. The problem with hitting them with Body and Mind, okay, is that it gives them 10 cards in the bin and it flips to Escanter. So if we don't kill them, Escanter becomes another land drop, which means they can probably play the Atraxa very early. So each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. I do want to draw cards every turn off the Spectral Adversary, but I think hit them for 6 is much more important here. So next turn we're going to discard the Hallowed Fountain to this Eldritch Reborn. We're going to defabricate the 3rd trigger as our plan. So we're going to make us Vampire. We can flip this if we attack with 3 creatures. Although, if I'll be honest, playing this in the deck has been a bit rough because we don't really give a shit about flipping it because it's a very late game thing. They're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess Atraxa draws them a lot of cards if they tap out, but it doesn't actually block Geist. But it does block the 4/4. Yeah, I don't know if hitting them here and flipping the search is even remotely the right thing to do. If we draw any sort of tempo way to deal with the Atraxa that they cast, we'll be in good shape. So if we hit Reflector Mage, if we hit Obfuscate or whatever it is. The enchantment hits a basic land and exiles one of their things. They could also just not hit the 7th land here. I'm playing with fire. I'm living dangerously. They haven't slammed the 7th land. Eldritch Reborn, for them, they think is going to get them back with Vorinclex. Obviously, they can fight us with counter magic, counter defabricate when we try to counter the trigger on the Eldritch Reborn. But meanwhile, there's 8, 9, 10, 11 damage on board. They can't Shadow Prophecy, which is a card I've never seen before. It's a domain, look at X cards, X's domain, put up to 2 of them into your hand, the rest of your graveyard, you lose 2. What are they digging for here? They go to 6, they cast an Uro, go back up to 9, put a land into play, and then die? I mean, I'm okay with that. Beating Atraxa will be a notch on my bedpost, a line in my song, to quote emo song lyrics. I'll be happy to kill Atraxa. You're going to Presage you my sword. Oh, they hard cast Uro. Oh shit, I thought it was from hand. We're going to go and get a land. They don't die here then. Fuckity fuck. Although they didn't. Oh my god. The fucking roller coaster. Arena made me think they had Anyway, focusing. 8, 9, so 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Exactsies. Let's go. Flip Legion's Landing. I'll take it. We tempoed them. Comment section, we tempoed them. So we see a 3-lander, including Numeria's Call. I am snap keeping this bad boy. We're against Muxus Goblins. So this this fucking Esper Sentinel is probably not going to... Well, they're going to play Ramspell, actually. So Esper Sentinel might just draw us cards of all the mana rocks they play. I haven't played into Muxus in Historic War in a while. Is he in Hell Queue? I don't know what is and isn't meant to be in this supposed Hell Queue. So if people could tell me in the comment section, I'd really appreciate it. I was looking for a list somewhere, but could not find one. Okay, so we can't get through the Foundry Denizen. They might block it. If you put Curiosity on it, they definitely block it. So I'm going to go Snow-Covered Island and just play a Selfless Spirit here. I don't think we have to worry about Wrath effects. So we're going to happily go wide, playing out bodies. Sigrid Godfavored isn't going to get to... Well, maybe they have a Hazoret in their deck if they're super aggro. They're going to be Goblin tribal, so I doubt it very much. They can kill something with the Ember Hauler here. Obviously, Selfless Spirit protects us. Foundry Seat Denizen in for 2. Sure. No block. I guess if we put Curiosity on the Selfless Spirit, they will kill it with the Ember Hauler. So supposed to drawing a card every single turn. That is absolutely without a doubt what they will do. So I'm going to just go ahead and slam a Geist. And we're going to get into the red zone with Geist every single turn. Well, I say this. We need to give it unblockable first. So hopefully we draw something to do that. But once we do, whether it be some sort of sword, some trample, some unblockable, or some flying, then we'll get into the red zone. Otherwise... Okay, they're going to kill the Esper Sentinel because that's going to be the source of our card draw. That means we can put Curiosity on the Selfless Spirit instead. Does mean they only have 2 mana to play with this turn. I assume they're going to play a Mind Stone or similar. A Cold Steel Heart, there you go. That's why they killed the Esper Sentinel, because they didn't want to... Well, they could have paid for the Esper Sentinel and kept the creature around, if I'm honest. And now we also get to attack. It's pretty good. They just want to cast Muxus as soon as possible, right? So we're going to kill that next turn. And we can probably censor the Muxus as well. So let's play Enter the Battlefield tapped. And we're going to... I'm going to pay the life. So we got access to Cathar Commando, and we can... Or we can Secret. We're going to put the Curiosity on the Selfless Spirit because it definitely gets to. They can block the Geist here if they wanted to. We'll get into the red zone for 8 damage and draw a card. So we're trying to finish off our opponent before they play the Muxus, or we just want to shop the turn that they play the Muxus and kill them the following turn. It is tempo. We're using our mana more efficiently than our opponent. And we also get to feel smug about saying that we play a tempo deck, because tempo is the deck choice of arseholes. Treasure Vault from our opponent. Krenko Mob Boss from our opponent. Okay, sure. That makes a lot of bodies next turn. But they scoop it up anyway. They don't feel that they can win here, which is strange, because I don't think we had it for certain. Okay, one punt I definitely made there was playing the Emeria pre-combat. I should have hit them with the Curiosity, and if we drew a blue land, we could have played it and had access to Censor. I don't think we'd lost that. I think they had a chance when they played Krenko to block our Geist. But here we are. We cannot keep this 2-lander. We don't have a white spell for a start. This is a 2-lander, a double blue spell. But we can play Cathar Commando and we can play Shadow Spear. Well, 1 of Skyclave. I guess I'll keep this. It's basically a 6 without the counter. I'm sure we'll draw an island. There we go. Look at that. I'm so good at this game. We're going to show my Snow-Covered Plains. Please respond and play a Shadow Spear. They annul our Shadow Spear, which is reasonable. We're against Tasha, the 4-mana Unholy Archmage. They play a Mind Stone. We draw another land. We're going to play our island and pass the turn to them. We can have Counterspell up if we want to, but I think we're just going to flash in the Cathar Commando. They play the Commander. We just absolutely counter it. Cathar Commander on their end step. They exude it. Cool. Exclude it, should I say. We're going to play a Cave of the Frost Dragon and pass the turn. We're going to keep up this counter spell so they don't resolve their commander immediately. I can't remember exactly what it does. It shrinks our creatures, steals our creatures, and something else. Make our 4th land drop and pass back. They missed the land drop last turn, which is great for us if we want to keep up flash spells and play that game with them. They play an Arcane Signet here. That is fine. They can have a signature treat. We're going to get rid of some of them with the Skyclave in a minute. We're going to Skyclave the Mind Stone, because I think they'll crack it in response. So then when we reset it to take the Arcane Signet down, we get to... Do we counter here? Because then they get to untap and just play Tasha. No, we can let the Skyclave go. They play Tasha. We're going to counter this. If they have Spell Pierce or Offer We Can't Refuse, we feel bad. We're good, we're good. We are a little bit shielded down. They're one land off just casting Tasha again, to be fair. Tasha does also kill our Geist on 2 attacks. We're going to play our Geist. We're going to play a sword. Protection from red and green is not relevant here, but the bonus power and toughness is good into the Tasha. They can just slam Tasha now and upticker. They can also -2 and put into play one of our things. They can have a commando if they want, I guess. Yeah, give them a commando. So we play our planes, we equip the sword to our Geist, which makes it a 4/4, so it attacks for the Kaheera pretty well. Go to combat. We're going to attack them with this, trigger the Geist, and then we're going to put the Angel into play, killing the Tasha. They let the Geist hit them, which is interesting, because they want to blow up the sword with the Kaheera commando, I guess. So if we can draw something off the sword now to kill the Kaheera, that'd be amazing. We don't, and that's fine. So we're going to play, for 2 white mana, a Selfless Spirit, and end the turn. And now we don't have access to those spells. We drew 2 counter spells off of the sword. I thought it was until next turn. Oh no, playing flash spells, flash threats and counter spells with Sword of the Thingamabob isn't so hot. So next turn they block and then destroy it, I guess, to nullify some damage and to get rid of the sword. So they're gonna Casmina's Transmutation my Selfless Spirit. And I'm gonna say resolves. I'll just have a 1/1, I don't mind. Virus Beetle will make us discard our beloved Restoration Angel. That is a shame. And they've still got Kaheera Commander to blow up our sword. And blowing up our sword will also... Well, actually, no, it won't. No, it won't. They're going to kill the sword now. So I don't draw like a stifle effect, I guess. Okay. So we're going to go to combat. We're going to attack. So we're on the offensive. We're doing what Geist needs to do, which is offend people. They block the 1/1 with a 1/1. Sure. Taking down to 15. Angel goes away. And then we'll end the turn. We can make a soldier at the end of the turn with Castle Ardenvale. Or human, should I say. We can make a Spectral Sailor, which also draws us a card. Every turn, actually, if we dump mana into it. They're going to play Murderous Rider as their body. Sure. It blocks our Geist, I guess. Okay, we're going to make a Spectral Sailor. And then draw a card, I think, is better than making a human, because we want a way to make the Geist unblockable or to survive swinging into the Murderous Rider. That's not it. We untap, we draw another land. So we're flooding a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and draw the Spectral Sailor. Play my land afterwards. Okay. Okay. Curse of Silence isn't terrible because it does help us make Tasha cost more. Get in for 1 in the air. And then pass to them. We have a card in hand they don't know about, so they have to play around the possibility of something in our 3 mana. But in reality, we have nothing. We have nothing, tra-la-la. They crack their Mind Stone to draw a card here. Tasha currently costs 10 mana as a heads up. They play this. What is this? Catgeist. They come up and draw a card. And then does something else on the other side that I'll read later. We draw an Esper Sentinel, so we're going to draw a card. So we'll play that. We'll play the Esper Sentinel. We'll go to combat. And we'll just swing the Spectral Sailor. And we now have enough mana to actually draw a card off Spectral Sailor. It's keeping us in the game. It's keeping us in the game. Opponent only has access to 6 mana now with a land drop. Mirror Maid enters the battlefield. They're going to copy an enchantment. So Curse of Silence, I assume. Do we get to draw here? Artifact or enchantment. They might copy our Esper Sentinel, actually. Or the Arcane Signet. That resolves. Okay, they got their own Esper Sentinel. Cool. We'll draw a card on their end step. Lion Slash is pretty good here, actually. Actually underpowers their Tasha a little bit, too. I'm going to play a Reflector Mage. I'm going to bounce the Murderous Rider. I think they can play Swift End. So they're going to counter a target trigger ability, but we get to draw a card here. Pretty good card, if I'm honest. That was a pretty good Tail's End. We're going to play Lion Sash. We're going to reconfigure it onto our Geist Traft. And... oh, Portan's there. I thought it tapped us out of mana. We're going to go ahead and exile target creature card from our graveyard, because that's what Tasha digs from. We'll take the Skyclave Apparition, because that's the scariest thing for them to get back. And then we'll go ahead and exile the Murderous Rider. And now... they don't have a profitable block. We'll pay for it. We don't attack with Sentinel, but we attack with everything else. Okay, that was a fucking good turn. Take them to 7. Pass back to them. We are shields down. No mana, no cards. No troubles, perhaps. They have 6 mana to make a lineup. They have 7, so they can't cast their commander, but they have 4 cards in hand. We have an Esper Sentinel, so if they cast things, they do have to pay for the first non-creature spell some sort of mana to not let us draw a card, but they might not care. So they're going to browse Expertise, which is return up to 3 target artifacts or creatures to their hand. So we're going to return all 3 to our hand and then cast a card with mana cost 4 or less. Sure. Draw a card, proliferate? Sure. Giving us Reflector Mage back is not good for them. Are they just dead to us activating the castle? Or the Frost Dragon? They are. They hit us for 2. Oh, they're dead to Geist because it's a 3/3 right now. Do they have a push for the Angel? It doesn't matter. We're not going to get to find out if they have anything for the Angel because we got them. Geist. We played some Disruption. Did we play Disruption? I think we played Disruption. Yeah, we played Disruption. Fun game. Thanks for watching. Smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you all soon. Ta-ta for now.